Hey, what's good? Praise Yah. Gonna get this stream started soon. This is kind of exciting, isn't it? Big announcement today. Some of us were expecting this. So the MPC Live 3 was finally announced, and it's looking pretty nice. I'm thinking I'm gonna get one of these. I just gotta, hit up Zound, see if they got any still. Hopefully they didn't sell out. So I watched a few of the videos, and it's looking really nice. So I wanna give it a test drive. But what I'm most interested in looking at today is, I don't know if people realize this, we have an update, firmware 3.6. So along with the new MPC Live 2, there's a lot of new features, or excuse me, with the new Live 3, there's a lot of new features. But as I'm gonna say Gen 1 users, and I say that, I think that's the first time I've used that term, because I'm gonna pull up the release notes here in a second, and it seems like AKAI is using this language now. I've been calling these new gens for a while, in contrast to the older MPCs that when I first started using MPCs, such as like the MPC 1000. I know MPC goes back a lot further, but that's my history. Starting out, I had the 1000 at first, and so with these, with like the Live and the X and the Live 2, the 1, I've been calling them new gen. I think some people call it that. But like looking at the release notes in the language, my Live 2, your Live 2, your 1, all that, I think AKAI is now going to be referring to them as Gen 1. So I'll pull up the release notes, go through it. I want to just walk through some of the things. I uploaded or downloaded the firmware this morning. I was up at like 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time out here on the West Coast. And yeah, I put it on quickly, and then I had to take the kids to school, and so now I'm back looking at it. I briefly looked at a couple things. I know there's a lot more stuff because I think Sweetwater put a video out last night, so I was already checking out some of these features, and it's pretty huge, some of these advancements. But we still get to enjoy it if you don't plan on getting the Live 3 right now. There's still some things we can look at and enjoy, so we're going to do that. So shout out to everybody who sent me the firmware notes. I think Jason Shannon, Beats by Lonza. I think Ali Star might have hit me up. I didn't read your comment yet, but I'm going to pull up the chat window. See how you guys are feeling. Have you guys downloaded this yet? Yes. Let's see. All right, just pulling that up on the back end there. I got the firmware up. OS, what's good? Happy MPC day for sure. Hey, yeah, DefCon, what's good? I do not have it. It's back ordered at Zound. Shoot, who knows if I'll even get one. I got 2 live 2s for sale now. So I'm guessing you've seen the videos, man. It's basically MPC Live 2 and a Force. Yeah, somewhat. But the specs are pretty crazy. So I watched a video last night. It was the Sweetwater video. Came out before everyone's this morning. I was kind of wondering why that had came out so early. But one of the first things they talked about was the plugin limit. So with the Live, with these, what are now being referred to as Gen 1, you could do 8 plugins and 8 audio tracks. Now with the Live 3, I guess because we have 8 gigabytes of RAM and the 8-core processor, you can do up to 32 plugins and 16 audio tracks. So it makes sense. They only doubled the audio tracks, but they quadrupled the instrument tracks, which makes sense. According, the RAM has been quadrupled. So that alone is a pretty big selling point right there. And then, man, a lot of the little detail things with the buttons and like the touch strip are really cool. So it's all that stuff, man. It looks amazing. I want to try it. I know I don't need it though. I make music that's very simple. I haven't even reached the limit of audio tracks. I use about 3 of them. I know I could get there as I like kind of explore and improve my vocal production and stuff, but I haven't gotten there, more in like the songwriting process. So I use probably 8 tracks total of a combination of drum programs, key group, instrument, and audio tracks. So yeah, we'll just start out with a chat. How you guys are feeling? Your initial reactions. The end. What's up? Shesh Beats. What's good? Hey yo. No Ego. What's up, man? I was expecting you to have one in studio. I thought Zounds would hook you up. Yeah. I mean, not early or anything. So, you know, Zounds, like anyone else, like, you know, the influencers that you see on YouTube who have a connection with AKAI directly, which I don't. They're under NDA, so they can't really tell me nothing. Even if I try to, like, you know, get some information, and I do, but I don't really expect anything. But I've had some contact with them over at Zounds. They said they would get one to me, but I don't know at this point if it's back ordered. I don't know if they reserved one for, you know, individuals who have asked for one, and if they got one for me. We'll have to see. But, you know, I would like to get it, but I'm kind of like, something crossed my mind when I was watching the video last night that, you know, I almost don't want to try it because I know I'm going to be enticed. You know, like all the new features are very nice from the sound of it and the looks of it. Not stuff that I need, but very nice. I think there's some workflow improvements. I'm not going to watch any of the videos on here. I don't even have the stuff routed for me to be able to like react to it with the audio going right now. Because I sent my SP44 away for a little while. I'm going to be SP list for a little bit. So I'll just be working on the live 2. And if I get to 3, then the 3. But I'll be plenty busy if I get the live 3, you know, just going through that. I'll do streams like daily if I do. I'll try to as much, like maybe 3, 4, at least 4 times a week. I'll try to get on here if I can stay motivated. If you buy MPC Live 3, wait, bro, low-key, I missed a bunch of... bro, I low-key like the Live 2 better. I mean, you haven't tested it yet, but just looking at it, that's your initial impression. There's too much going on. Yeah, that's what I initially thought, but watching some of the videos, man, if you haven't watched them yet, like, some of the stuff is cool. Like, I like the new touch strip. I don't know if... I think this is new function. I don't know. I didn't spend much time with the touch strip yet with, like, the Key 61. I had that briefly, but I only used the touch strip for note repeats and stuff. That's all I tested it for. But I don't know if it's new or if it's been around, but the touch strip, there's like a touch strip but you can go in, and it's kind of like Q-Links where you could select different modes and stuff. And you could do this with the Q-Links, where you go into a mode where the exact one, I think it's pad scene. So there might be like a pad scene option for the touch strip. And let's see, which one is it? Yeah, right here. But I like it with the touch strip a little bit better because you have like a layer type of thing going on. So you just press that, and then you can turn the volume down. And so you could do it here. So definitely not a necessity, but yeah, the touch strip thing is cool. So you can just go in and select your pads and find your levels for that. And then you can do that for tracks as well. It's a cool workflow thing that is pretty enticing to me amongst all the other stuff, man. There's so many videos. It's kind of overwhelming to try to watch them, and, you know, but I'd probably be better off just trying to make some music here than getting sucked into all that. If you buy MPC Live 3, do you have to buy the Pro update for older machines? Yeah, see, that's one thing I'm gonna look at in a second. I did see that in the downloads, so we'll see. I'm gonna try to download them here. You know, I might as well go in since we're talking about it. Preferences, activations, and then go to the bottom. Yeah, so yeah, you got to get a trial, it looks like. And there's something called Fabric Select, so I'm assuming maybe the Live 2 doesn't come with any instruments other than maybe this. Maybe it comes with Fabric Select. I'll go ahead and download it. Oh, it already has a trial of this. Okay, I guess I won't get to try that. Air Reverb Pro, Air Utility, Air Visual EQ, Clip Launch. These are things that must be already in there now that don't have to be downloaded. I'm not sure why they put them in the activations. Maybe they're They're just there. Super warp algorithm. Well, I'm assuming that's not going to work for this here. Advanced Q links, advanced CV. Some of that stuff was probably there already. But all right, so I'm starting trial on that. I also started a trial on yesterday. I don't know if they snuck in. I don't know if you guys seen it. They snuck in some new Native Instruments Play Series stuff. We got duets in Luxa. I don't know how to say that. Maybe it's Luxa. So we got those in here now. What are the sounds? Duets, and then Luxa right there. So maybe I'll pull those up. But yeah, just letting that download. MPC3 feature. What is MPC3 feature pack? It's waiting, downloading. Okay, we got the visual EQ. Okay. Well, it's downloading Fabric Select too, it looks like. So I'll see what that is. I mean, it's probably stuff that I have already. I got the whole Fabric collection, so that makes sense. So I'll just let that download in the background while we chat it up a little bit more here. Let's see. Yeah, Live 2's better, says Eddie Arcadia. MPE doesn't appeal to me at all. You know what? Yeah, see, since I'm like, I love finger drumming, some of that stuff, and I'm gonna go over. That's one of the things I already looked at. It's the first thing, the new articulations. You can do it on here. Of course, you don't have the MPE pads, but you can do some of that. I'll just go ahead and pull that up right now, and then we can skip over it later when we go through the release notes. So I was watching Ghetto Styles video. He put out, I think I don't know if anyone else has a dedicated 3.6 video. Everyone's, talking about the Live 3, but this is one of the first things he went over. So it's under 16 levels. You go select articulation, and then now each pad will have a different type of articulation. First pad is just your regular sample. Then you have like a flam thing. Just different flams. Is that different from this? Yeah, slightly. I have a feeling that, kind of how it is like when people use the SP44, a lot of people use the effects in a certain way. I've got a feeling we're going to have a lot of people having beats that sound similar when you're going to hear stuff like this, like this quite a bit in beats. It's going to be a big thing you're going to probably be hearing a lot. But I like the possibilities there with those MPE pads. I'm likely going to kind of like program them the way I want rather than this. Like I would like, from what I've seen the Andy Mack video. He was doing the Andertons shop. I like that channel too, man. It's fun. Jack's a funny guy, and he's good. He's good. But anyways, he was like playing chord progressions from the corners, like a whole chord progression on one pad. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, I think I'm bouncing back and forth here. So for one, when it comes to the drums, I think I'll articulate it where if I can, because you can program it. I think you can do as user programmable as you want. So I could do like a different sample on a corner. Right now, how the way I've set up my drum programs. Let me load a different one up. Give me a sec. These are some packs that I've been, putting together. Okay, so with this pack, I've done, since we got layers, I've done like velocity. So I can do like a roll, like a flam thing. But if I can, the way I would probably program it is just like do a corner or something where I have the roll and just select that. And this way, this also means I don't really have to use my own individual roll sample. I can use some of those articulations and program that articulation to a corner with using the same sample, right? So we'll see how that sounds. So that's one way I would use the MPE. And then I think I'm more likely to use it more with like the instrument programs or the instrument plugins. And it's kind of opening my my mind to the possibility that I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. If you could do like articulations, I don't know if it's possible to do the articulations the same way you do on the drums, but on the instruments. So in that way, like within Pad Perform, maybe I can do what I've been wanting to do is like do some strumming type of stuff with the chords so they don't sound so stale, you know, so like computerized. They have more of a human feel. So I'm assuming that's going to be possible. I mean, the technology is now there. Anybody? Yeah, Chris said, what's good? So anybody know what do you know what the price tag is on that pack? And is it the Pro pack that they're selling? AKAI is slowly losing touch with the simplicity of beat making and making this more engineer based. Yeah, man. So like these are really cool features for like production and, you know, really adding those like finishing touches and just making your stuff sound, you know, I don't know, technical and stuff. So for me, like, well, I think it's really cool and I want to try it out. Just the way that I create. I know that it's not going to make me a better songwriter. That's for sure. When it comes to that, man, simplicity, it starts with something simple, just a loop, a chop, and a melody. And that's really where the magic comes in. All that other stuff will be like to produce it. Like it'll help me like produce it and make it sound like, I don't know, clean. But yeah, a part of me feels compelled to go like just super simple. And we'll see though, man. We'll see. I'm kind of a gear slut, so. DJ Rec, what's up? It's dope. Get it? You got it already? Or just watching? I mean, it does look dope just from watching the videos. What's up, Fletch? Initially, I thought the Live 3 looked too busy. Now I think the Live 2 looks too basic. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Let's see if the sound is better. Nothing happened to my SP, actually. I sent it over to Curry Cases. And he's going to be working on a case. I don't know if you guys have checked him out. Currycases.com, I believe. Curry Cases on Instagram. The dude's name's Wes Curry. He does awesome work. Go check out his stuff on Instagram. He does like wood cases, like stands for MPCs. He does. I've got a couple stuff from him. I just have the acrylic dust covers. I got one for my SP and one for my Live.
Stuff from him. I just
yeah.
have the acrylic. No. How about a web search for it?
No, thank you. So yeah, the acrylic cases are nice. I got my fingerprints all over it. But yeah, he does the wood the wood stands, man, are beautiful. So I sent that over to him and hoping to get something nice done. He has never done a design for the SP. So if he does it, then I'll be the first to have one from him. So it's going to be real nice. I have confidence in that. Go check him out. Just remember who told you back in March. I told you about Serato. Okay. Well, I don't really know much about Serato. I'm not in that world, but I'm always peeping stuff, even regardless, you know. I ordered a Live 3 from Sweetwater. I was impressed with the new features. Feels like they thought of everything. No disrespect to anyone who's interested in the Live 3, but design and style is underwhelming. That's how I felt initially. I've been saying it. And years ago, users would be complaining about it being too screen oriented. Now it's impossible to work new MPCs without using the screen. Yeah, I thought the Live 3 would get more roasted than it has been, honestly, as far as the design, because my initial impression was that it was ugly, way too busy, too much going on there, overdone. But if you watch the videos, man, like a lot of those buttons really have useful features. If you work in a DAW, it has some crazy features. With all the buttons, you don't have to use the screen as much as with the Live 2, for sure. 706 or Rick, what's good? Herbal Essence, about to check out the new update after my session. Yeah, see if I get out this chat a little bit, maybe I'll check it out. Let me just go ahead and put the release notes for a minute. See, this right here. This already, something is popping out to me that I don't know if you guys noticed. Maybe I'm tripping, but I don't even know what all these little numbers, letter combinations are up here at the top. SME5, SMEO, SME1. What do you guys think that is? Am I missing something? But to the left of that, you see ACVS, and to my recollection, that isn't a model that we've seen yet. I think we've seen ACV5, which might have been the Key 37. So what is this ACVS, and why is it there at the top? The live from, the hint that gave us all a little foreshadow of the Live 3 actually coming out was ACVG. I got to turn that off, man. That thing just goes off. No. No. Just stop. How do you stop this thing? All right, cut it out.
Perfect. I can call that location or get directions to it. What would you like me to do?
Nothing. Go to sleep. So yeah, man, that's kind of a curious thing. ACVS. Maybe that'll be something later to look at. But all right, what we got? Compatibility. This release is for MPC Live. Hold on. As for MPC Live 3, MPC 37, MPC 1 Plus, MPC X Special Edition, MPC Key 61, MPC 1, MPC Live 2, MPC X, MPC Live, and Force Hardware. MPC Live 3 is compatible with MPC 3.6 desktop only. Other MPC devices remain compatible with MPC 2.15 desktop. But please note that projects created in MPC 3 are not backwards compatible with MPC 2.15. Okay, so is there a new desktop official? Because that sounds like I don't know if that makes sense to me, because I thought a beta version was released a while ago and all the MPCs could connect with it. But is this saying that they no longer will with the new official 3.6 desktop? That's what that's saying. Not that it matters to me, but just trying to clarify for those of you who care. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows. I don't know if anybody's tried already. I won't be trying at all. So let's see what we got. MPC 3 Live specific updates. Following sections only for MPC Live 3 hardware. The expressive pads. Those creative control. Multidimensional expression. MPCE expressive pads send X, Y, and pressure aftertouch modulation signals on drum tracks. Dynamic parameter mapping. Assign pad movements to a vast array of parameters, enabling deeply expressive and inspiring drum kits. Real-time sample layer crossfading. Seamlessly transition between sample layers per pad. So I wonder, is that what that is? Like when you go from corner, it's just the layers. There must be, let me see. Let me go to a drum kit and go into the global. Yeah, see. All right, let me show this. So this is an addition in the firmware here. Like if you go into your program edit, which is track edit now. Whoops. And I'm gonna zoom in. So the layer play options that we've initially had, we've had cycle, velocity, and random. But random seed, I've never seen that. I think that's new. Not sure what that is. But then also we've got crossfade. So okay, so yeah, it is. It works with the layers then. And you could do a crossfade here, and then it gives you options. So like the bottom left corner of the pad starts with the layer 1, and then you go 2 if you go to the right, and then 3, and then 4, looks like. And then you have different configurations. Okay, so yeah, so because you get up to 8 layers, right? So with this crossfade B option, you get, I guess you get to layer, you could do layer 1 layered with 5, and then to the right corner 2 plus 6, 3 plus 7, 4 plus 8. And then it just kind of goes through that, like layered 1 and 2, layered 3 and 4, layered 5 and 6, 5 and 6, layered 7 and 8. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like looking at this. And yeah, so there's A, B, C, D options for the crossfade. And yeah, so under random, there's that random seed. I'm not sure what that is. I have to look into that. Maybe there's some notes in the release notes about it. So I'll put mine back on velocity and move back over here into the release notes. Hey, can I help you? You need something?
Yeah,
What do you need?
I love you too.
Oh, well, I love you 3. Okay. All right. Advanced synthesis control, modulation synthesis parameters like filter cutoff and resonance using the track edit modulation matrix. Multi-articulation triggering, assign up to 4 different drum articulations per pad. Original hit, flam, paradiddle, and roll. See, I could see myself using some of that. It is kind of interesting. That one demo that Andy Mack did with Andertons, he did a finger drumming performance that was really fire. Yeah, it's pretty wild because the way that I got my drum set up, like my kit, I got 2 toms. He did like this and had a whole drum roll with like 4 different tom rolls on one pad. And yeah, man, that was just what he was doing. So initially I'm like, nah, I'm probably not gonna use any of that stuff because I'd rather just, program in my own like rolls and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Can you help me with the TV?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll be right there. So like initially I'm like, nah, I'm probably not gonna use much of that stuff, but I might play around with it, and it looks like it could be useful. Definitely for some of those rolls, just putting it on a corner of the pad or something. And I'll be right back. I gotta help my dog or something. Okay. No, you can turn off the recording of pad XY messages in the preference sequencer record. Okay, let me just not get into that exactly. Expressive pad mod matrix sources. On a drum track, within the track edit mod matrix tab, the source field contains various MPCE expressive messages. These can be used as modulation sources to control targets like filter cutoff and more. Okay. How to crossfade sample layers with MPCE pads. Okay, so you gotta, I won't get into that. Let's just try to go through what we got. This more feel like a guide. This is the guide right here. But yes, okay, I was in the right one, I think. All right. So we all know there's a step sequencer, clip launch mode, So yeah, the clip launch, from what I've seen, does work the way someone had kind of predicted, that you do get up to you get a 64, like a Kai Force kind of pad matrix. I don't know what you call it, and you can launch up to 64 clips, just including the corners of the pads. So I'm kind of curious of trying that out, like the whole. I mean, I should have access to that here, I believe. Yeah, 'cause I think I saw Ghetto Styles doing the clip launching, the clip workflow on his MPCX. Maybe. Oh, okay. I think it's here where you got to go. You got to click on arrangement. Is it press and hold or something? I'm not sure. There was a way of going about that where you would click on this. I don't know if maybe it's for. One big thing I'm remembering is that now we have time signatures for those of you who wanted time signatures, and it looks like it's a huge improvement to how it was before, like in 2.15. It's not like a static thing where you gotta set it in the preferences, shut off your machine, and turn it back on, and then your MPC grid is locked into that time signature until you decide to change it. Instead, it's fluid. You can just go ahead and change it. You got all kinds of time signatures here. Maybe I might start messing with 3, 4, but everything else is a little bit more advanced for me. So yeah, for now, we'll leave it at 4, 4. But that's there, so it is an improvement than what it was before. So I think maybe a lot of people, I don't know. I mean, got to go through it. I'm sure there's still some things to complain about that haven't been fixed, most likely, but that's one big one. I see a big reason why some people haven't upgraded to MPC 3, but now 3.6 has it, and a bunch of other stuff. So I was maybe I'll figure out how to do this whole clip in a second. Someone can comment about it. Let me go in the clip. No Ego says MP is just a gimmick. Beat makers don't use those features. Sound designers so that's intriguing for them. GF says that's limited thinking. Scrooge that do, what's up? The MP situation is probably a new style of pad sensor. Hopefully it's easy to swap when repairs are needed. I did hear Andy Mack say that it's their technology, so and I was predicting maybe this was a collaboration with Roger Lynn, being that he's in the MPE world and has those types of designs and stuff, but I haven't heard anything about Roger Lynn being attached to this MPC3 yet. There is a lot of videos that I haven't watched yet, so I'll probably be watching them throughout the day, checking them out instead of actually doing work while I'm on my job. Well, shit, did I say that out loud? This is very limited. I used to pitch wheel on my keyboard. PMP would be even more useful. I believe I seen them using the touch strip as a pitch wheel, so that's cool. Finger drumming is gonna be different. You have to be very precise. I watched Gnarly do her finger drumming. She even said it's going to be tedious. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. Like you're gonna have to develop a new way if you want to do it that way. But I do believe you can turn it off if you don't want to use it, or just stick to your Gen 1 MPC. It definitely seems like a performance tool, and that's why I made the statement. Like with some of those articulations and some of the effects and stuff, like they're trying to bring out some of that SP4 for a live producer like kind of vibe and crowd, I think, and I feel like we're gonna see a lot of beats that sound similar with those articulations in there. Just a prediction. My thoughts exactly, bro. I feel like mistriggering is going to be a real thing. No ego. You know, I'm with you, man. I like the idea of limitations. So I don't know if you're at all tempted. For me, it's like I'm tempted by all the new stuff, shiny new toys, and trying things, and I'm really intrigued at that. But I mean, there's kind of a little war within myself. Like I want to keep things simple, man, and just because it's kind of true. Like I think when you rely on too many features, you avoid actually practicing and getting better at something. You know, so who's gonna finger drum and improve their timing if they have articulations at their fingertips? I mean, even if you do want to perform, you know, I seen the Beats by Black, Jay Black, little advert for this. He was paired up with some woman. I don't know who. I've never heard her. But yeah, I mean, he worked it. It looked cool. But some of the stuff that he was doing with those cornerless pads, he could do on his own, and it's more impressive. Plug-in instruments do not use articulations yet. Okay, so you're saying yet? Yeah, man. If I can't do, I would hope that I could do the articulations, and just so I can get some strumming. So my idea was I didn't even think of the whole MPE thing for strumming. I was thinking just like throwing some functionality into these Q links when you're in one of these in pad perform on one of these instruments, because they have no purpose in here. They're just locked up, and that's like wasted, you know, missed opportunity to use these for that. But I think maybe using a corner of a pad might be better. I don't know. Yeah, it makes sense because then you could have like a straight up chord here and then have it kind of flam, you know what I mean? Kind of strum on a corner. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense versus, you know, having it play one way. And then having to turn the knob so you can get like some strumming. So if they could get that to work, that would be real nice. Let me pull this up and go through it. I wonder how much stuff I got here. I think I'm probably pretty far behind on. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just pull up this chat window and go handheld with my phone here so I can look at these release notes a little bit easier. And also look at the chat. Okay, updates for all MPC users. Drum articulation engine. Drum tracks and MPC now feature a powerful drum articulation engine. So we went over that a little bit. Assign articulations like flams, paradiddles, and dynamic drum phrases to individual pads. Trigger and record different articulations using the 16-level articulation feature. Modifiers gain an articulation parameter. So I'm wondering, one thing that crossed my mind is if I'm going to stay on like one of these, like on my live tube, you know, or if you're using like a Gen 1, can I assign an articulation to a layer? That's what I want to know. Because I can't take advantage of the four corners, like if I had a live 3. But if I can turn this snare into a roll like that on a layer, you know what I mean? If I just play it lighter, then I don't have to add, record my own roll sample and then layer it in there, right? So I don't know if that's possible, but I'll be looking into that for sure. So I believe there's a window for that. Okay, 1 second, fellas. What's up, baby? She can't. All right, anyways. Go to track edit to use articulations, GUI, TUI on the TUI. What? The editing parameters are located in the second effects tab. Okay, let me see. Wait. So go to track edit, use articulations, effects, second tab. Okay, so it'll be right here. All right, I'll zoom in a little bit so y'all can look at this. How does that look? Does that look all right? Probably be a little more clear. All right, so what do we got here? Okay, so this is split now. So we used to just have the effects, which were cool. I use the soft clipper quite a bit on my drums. But we got articulations, MPCE. I don't know if this is, well, it's saying that this should work for, I don't know. It looks like something I got to sit down with a little bit deeper and look at. I don't know how this will work for, or even what I'm thinking about. I don't know if that's going to actually be possible to layer an articulation rather than 16 levels. Hold on, fellas. All right. So, yeah, this window might just be for if you have most likely if you have a Live 3. Drum tracks now contain a comprehensive 32-cell modulation matrix, which provides extensive routing options for complex modulation setups. I feel like that's been there, hasn't it? Modulation matrix. Okay. Layer play offset. The layer play offset parameter lets you shift a framed sample window defined by the start, end, and loop points across the sample without altering their relative positions. Yeah, see, this is deep. This goes into like deeper programming. I don't know how many of y'all will be getting into using this kind of stuff. All right. Let me just move back into the chat for a minute. So you guys are thinking. Yeah, some of y'all are already using this thing. I think I seen Ghetto Styles in here, so he's got some answers. Let's see. People I missed: Tactical MIDI, SimCity, Fear Styles. Don't buy the Pro Pack if you ever plan on getting the MPC Live 3 at the same time. You might want to buy it before. What is the price right now for that? $199? What is that? Chocolate Boy Swagger, Traded to the Living. What's up? No multiple time signatures. Lab and Legacy, what's good? I appreciate you stopping in, man. I don't know if you're still in here. I'm like way back on the chat. I don't know if this is current or what. Click arrangement, turn jog wheel. Okay. That's not working. Yeah, I've not paid for the new features. I think they should be downloaded by now. The Live 2 is 6 years old. Crazy. Ruffian Kick was good. Can't Dap One World. What's up? Can't imagine how crazy the X will be. Right? And like Ghetto Style says, you don't have to use MP if you don't want to. You can just turn it all off. I heard Andy Mack say that as well. Mac Joseph, what's good? For desktop users, so it's $99. If, from my understanding, you can't even use it with the what are now like legacy Gen 1 MPCs. A regular drum has articulation, but that doesn't stop a drummer from practicing. What do you mean a regular drum has articulation? You got to practice the articulations. I'm not sure what you mean. But yeah, it's true, man. Either you're gonna, I mean, not everybody cares to learn how to finger drum or practice that. So, but for me, I mean, I'm just kind of my desire to play it out naturally. That's why I like leave off quantize usually, and with most of my things, whether I'm playing instruments or rhythms with drums. Shugito, what's good, man? Happy release to you. When will I get mine? I do not know. I got to contact Zounds. From what someone said in the chat here, they said they're on back order already. So, man. World Needs a Hero, what's up? It's all about improving your workflow. MPC definitely ticks those boxes for me. 32 plugin tracks, 16 audio tracks is fire, and I don't have to bounce everything to a sample with the Live 3. So it sounds like you ordered yours, right? I'm glad beatmakers will discover how dope MPE is. Yeah. So I've never tried it, so man, I'm not gonna knock it till I try it. Some of it looks interesting, and some of it I'll probably stay away from, as far as like the finger drumming and stuff. Ruffian Kick, glad the 3 came out. I'm just not gonna get it. Okay, you will. The quadrant pad saves so much time. Menu diving, how so? Aren't you gonna have to dive in to program it anyways? I'm sure AKAI is going to be selling a whole new wave of expansions that have, stuff programmed into it. No ego. I know I'm not getting it. Okay. I am Ray Beats. What's up? Hope we get that sooner than later. Hope so. I don't know, man. I haven't seen a order email about it yet. Ruffian Kick MP is actually really dope. I would push 3. It grew on me, especially with addictive drums too. I can make my own breaks. Roger Lynn hates the new MPCs. What do you mean? Didn't you see that video where he was using a Live 2? He said it was good. He said it was really good. I'm sure you could do layers. I don't think they got rid of layers like that. All right, so we were talking about that. Keeping the XSV for now. They scam desktop users for real? Yeah, I'm not sure about all the whole desktop stuff. $99 for 3.6 firmware. For the firmware, what do you mean? I've got the firmware for free. It's a free firmware. Is the $99 you're talking about for the Pro Pack? Is that what that is, with the visual EQ and stuff? Go ahead and get it. Be great for the channel. Well, I mean, if I get it, I'm gonna get one on loan. Shout out to Zounds as usual. If they send one over to me, I hope they reserved one for me. As soon as I get off here, I'm probably gonna try to get a hold of them, see what's up. But yeah, I'll probably just have it on loan for a few months, and then I don't know if I'd want to purchase after that. We'll see. Yeah, so Trader, I downloaded the pack. I just haven't looked at it yet. We're just kind of talking and looking through the release notes. I'm fine with paid upgrades. Yeah, man. I don't think it's something to complain about, man. They've given us so many free upgrades. I mean, the firmware as is gives you new stuff, and it's free. Lab and Legacy, man. You still in here? It's a 8-core processor, Arjun, in the MPC Live 3. Eight gigs RAM, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what DLC is either. So we get the free hardware update, but to get the new plugins, we will have to pay the $99 or so. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, how many plugins is it? How much is a plugin usually, like an effects plugin? Like $45? I think you're getting like 3 or 4 of them. I'm not sure. A reverb and yeah. Oh, that's a video game world term. Underdog Herb, what is good? Possibly, man. I'm hoping so. Hoping to borrow one at the very least. I'm very fortunate to have an opportunity to do that sometime. So we'll see. MP when you're trying to do flams is really dope to me. Yeah, but I like kind of practicing my flams now. Like even I have this roll thing that I started doing recently. I used to put a roll on its own pad, but then I started layering it like at the bottom. So like my top one is like it's like the velocity from between like 40 to 127, and then below that 0 to 39 will hit my roll. But I'm kind of like I've been messing with my SP more, and you don't get layers like that where you can do that. So I've been